Welcome back yet again to Fantasy Football in 5. Our last video was our quarterbacks drafting strategy. This video will be our running backs.
So if you haven't heard about our channel, hit the big red button below. Okay, so for our running backs to begin, we have 20 running backs listed here for you. Obviously we have more in our rankings, but number 1, obviously David Johnson. Number 2, Le'Veon Bell, LaShawn McCoy, DeMarco Murray, Devonta Freeman, Melvin Gordon, Jordan Howard, Jay Ajayi, Beast Mode, and Isaiah Crowell at 10.
And then to finish out 20, we have Todd Gurley, Lamar Miller, Ezekiel Elliott, LeGarrette Blount, Adrian Peterson, Christian McCaffrey, Leonard Fournette, Carlos Hyde, Frank Gore, and Mark Ingram.
Now these guys are ranked into tiers like we did our quarterbacks. So running backs that go in the first round, David Johnson through Devonta Freeman, DeMarco Murray could slip too.
Yeah, mainly our number 1 guy here that we love to draft is LaShawn McCoy. He's on our draftable guys list. And then in the next tier, which is tier 2, we have guys from DeMarco Murray all the way down through Jay Ajayi. This is probably guys you're going to get in the second round. I really like Jay Ajayi this year.
You're finally coming around to him, huh?
Uh-huh. Alright, starting off in tier 3, we start at Marshawn Lynch and we go all the way down to Ezekiel Elliott. These are guys that we think we'll be going in what, round 3 or 4?
Yeah. Probably 3 though.
Marshawn Lynch is the one that we really like from this, and also Isaiah Crowell. But guys we don't like, Lamar Miller and Ezekiel Elliott. And Ezekiel Elliott is pretty simple. He's not going to play for half the year.
But other than being simple, Lamar Miller, he might get a big workload, but he's just not going to be productive, I don't think. I think it's going to take another year, depending on how the quarterback plays. They can switch quarterbacks too, but I don't think Lamar Miller's going to have 1,000 yards this year. Not at all. Okay, so in tier 4, we have guys from LeGarrette Blount down to Leonard Fournette. At 16, we have Christian McCaffrey. We really like him, but at 17, we dislike Leonard Fournette a lot.
And then in tier 5, we have Carlos Hyde all the way down through Mark Ingram. And none of these guys are really standing out for us or really draftable.
Now, for taking running backs based on these tiers, take running backs in round 1, 3, or 4, depending on how your draft goes, 7, 9, or 10. And that should be it for your running backs.
Yeah, and in the first couple rounds, you want to take guys in tier 1 and tier 2. And then anyone after that is pretty much free game.
Yeah, you only want to have 4 running backs on your roster after the draft is over.
Alright, starting off here at Sleepers, we have Paul Perkins, LeGarrette Blount, Isaiah Crowell, and Danny Woodhead.
Now, I really like LeGarrette Blount, and I know you do too. He's not going to have 18 touchdowns like he did last year, guys, but he's probably going to have around 9 or 10, which is perfect for your first bench running back, probably. Mike McWorks is going to get 1,000 yards this year. And
also, I really like Danny Woodhead as a late guy. He's great in PPR leagues, and he can get a lot of receiving touchdowns.
Are you sure not passing touchdowns?
No, not passing.
Anyway, some busts. Ty Montgomery, Eddie Lacy, Joe Mixon, Matt Forte, and Doug Martin.
Now, Eddie Lacy, the reason why we say he's a bust is because if you look at the offseason right now, Eddie Lacy has done nothing but lose 5 pounds. Whoop-de-doo. Who has been carrying the ball in the offseason? Thomas Rawls. That is a sign that he will be the starter.
And for Ty Montgomery, his durability is making me put him as a bust because he's a wide receiver by trade. He played well last year. I'll give it to him for a little bit. But I just don't think he's going to hold up. I think Joe Williams could take over. Or, excuse me, Jamal Williams. There's so many Williamses in this league. But Ty Montgomery could be a bust. Okay, so for the players to draft late, probably if you have around 16 in your draft, you might want to grab one of these guys. Or around 10 too. Thomas Rawls, Jaquiz Rogers, Robert Turbin, and Jamal Williams.
Now, obviously, I already talked about Thomas Rawls and Eddie Lacy, but Jamal Williams, now, we said that Ty Montgomery could be a bust, and Jamal Williams might be their new running back, and expect him to pretty much take over that role if Ty Montgomery starts struggling.
And for Jaquiz Rogers, he's going to be starting in place of Doug Martin, most likely. It'll be either him or Charles Sims, but I like Rogers more in this situation. He played really well last year in Martin's absence. Martin suspended for 3 games. Look for Jaquiz Rogers to have a really successful season in Tampa Bay. That was Fantasy Football in 5. Thank you for watching. We literally our fantasy news in 5 minutes, so that's because honestly, who would want to watch a 30-minute video on this topic?
Amen.
Speaking of drafting your running backs, take a look at our subscriber league. If you subscribe to us and want to play in our fantasy league, you got to join us. All you got to do is subscribe, drop us your email or contact information. We will get to you and put you in our league. We need at least 8 people. We have 4 teams right now, so stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe.